right, I'm starting the stream again because I didn't hear you guys on the stream.
Okay.
Okay. I will be honest. I did hear us, but that's okay.
Really?
I wasn't paying attention, so I guess I should check.
Oh, let's just see that. Waiting for the new thing to come up. Think it's coming up. Maybe.
I hear me and Greg, but I don't hear Chris.
Think it's coming up. That's what he's not talking technically.
All right. Well, yes.
But I don't hear Chris. That's what he's not talking technically.
All right. Well, yes.
All right, now I hear both of you. All right, we're all
like
talking.
I'm in an echo chamber.
We're all
talking.
popping.
Excellent.
All right, I'm gonna mute that now.
I'm gonna start the music. Are we ready
Start
for
the music?
Okay.
Start the music.
Let the music play. Anyway.
Let the music play.
Rhythm's gonna get you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly?
I think we're just getting started.
Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
Sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning into episode 901 of the Overseas Connection podcast, September Cometh. It's August 23rd, 2026, and just around the corner from it getting really crazy in the video game world. We are, of course.
A horse is a horse, of course.
We are, of course, a video game podcast. We talk about life. We talk about just stuff, but also we talk about video games, industry news, all of the happenings, or not so much. We'd like to keep things lighthearted. So strap in, sit down, enjoy. We do this every Sunday, 12 p.m. on the West Coast, 3 p.m. in the East Coast, 2 p.m. in the God forbidden Central Time Zone. And we do an audio version of this podcast. So we'll be on Twitch, we'll be on YouTube. So you can listen to it while you're on the treadmill, cruising along. Or maybe you're pushing yourself in a wheelchair because you hurt your knee and you got a boo-boo, like Mark. My name, Greg DeLacy, gamertag, OC_Murphy's Law on Twitter. Just Murphy's Law on Xbox Live. And joining me today, two stalwarts. Trusted. You could count on them like a clock. Okay, maybe a little bit of a broken clock, but still, you could count on them almost like a clock. Starting with the most stalwart of stalwart people, Kim Woods. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good actually. The weather is not trying to kill us today. The humidity is actually normal for a change, so we're not all sweating to our death. Watch out, my cat is trying to drive my nightstand through my wall, but we'll be fine. Anyway, I'm at GamerGirl27 pretty much everywhere, and I'm happy to do a show. So let's go.
Outstanding. Also joining the show today, recently retired, ready to go out to pasture, Mr. Christopher Matthew.
What?
Chris, how are you?
I don't like grass. We need is a bacon pasture. If there was like a bacon pasture,
We can. You know what? I mean,
then I might
We
go
could
to
do
that.
that. I mean,
we could do that.
if that's what you want.
Bacon doesn't really grow from the ground. We'd have to do some crazy science. But if you make a bacon pasture, I will graze upon it.
There would be some
That's what will
horrific things happening if you have a bacon pasture.
It would be.
Well.
It would be horrific.
Here's the real
and
question.
glorious.
Would you want the bacon pasture to be crispy or slightly limp?
See, you put it in weird words, and now I don't think I have an answer. The bacon should be tender crisp. You know what I mean? Like it should have a crispy outside, tender inside, nice and flavorful. Yeah.
He doesn't
There
want
you
limp.
So in other words, if you pick it up, it'll stand. It's not going to flop. You don't want a floppy bacon, but it'll have a little bit of crisp to it. But still chewy.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
All right, okay. Kim, is that how you like your bacon, Kim? Not limp, but slightly chewy.
I like limp bacon, so
This what Kim, we were talking about bacon. This is really the conversation here. It was all about bacon. I don't know where you went with this, Kim. You are bright red.
Tomato.
No one.
All
You're
right.
right. Anyway,
Off to
carry
a
on.
fantastic start. Okay.
Oh.
Anything else we want to add to this bacon pasture, Mr. Matthew?
I mean, if it's a bacon cheeseburger pasture, even better, right? Like that's.
Hey, there you go.
I
Like
had
a-
a great bacon cheeseburger last night, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Cool.
Yeah, huh? Of all places, from an ice cream shop. That was the actual surprise.
Huh.
So
Did they put ice cream on it?
Oh, there you go.
they did not. It was ice cream free.
So how do you like
was
your
the ice
bacon
My
cream?
wife
Did you
did
cheeseburger?
try the
bring
ice cream?
home ice cream as well.
Ice cream.
Alright,
Ice
there
cream is
you go.
delicious. How do you like your bacon cheeseburger? Like classic, like ketchup, mustard, mayo, pickle, lettuce, tomato, or what's up? Onion straws,
So last night, I can be very traditional with my bacon cheeseburger. However, I am very partial to like the cowboy bacon burger. Barbecue bacon burger. That was really difficult for me to say. So
We noticed.
some kind of either onion ring or crispy onion ring strings on there, cheddar, bacon. Cannot be limp bacon, by the way. In a burger, it has to be crispy. I'm sorry. I can't do the.
I'll go with you on that. In a sandwich, the bacon needs to be crisp, so that when you take a bite, you get just a bite of bacon and not all of the bacon.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. And then a nice tangy barbecue sauce. I like a little spicy barbecue sauce too. So there's that.
All right.
Yeah, a little lettuce in there. I'm not the biggest tomato pickle guy. Those burgers typically don't usually come with that anyway, so I'm okay.
I usually am a pretty traditional cheddar cheese, bacon, lettuce, tomato, red onion, mustard, mayo, and ketchup. Did I mention pickle?
Okay.
Definitely dill pickle slices. That's usually that's a go-to. But I did have once one that had peanut butter on it. It was hamburger,
Ooh,
cheddar cheese, bacon, and peanut butter were the toppings, and that was more delicious than I thought it had any right to be. So yeah.
I'll be darned.
Excellent. Now that
Yeah,
we're all starving,
Yes, I know. You just
right.
made me immensely hungry.
now let's talk about birthday cake. Happy
Yay.
birthday!
Let's talk about birthday cake. Another thing that makes me hungry. Thank you.
I love birthday cake. People who also love birthday cake. Chris Brennan, community member, happy birthday this week. And some people you don't know, or maybe you do, I don't know. Greg lives in California. He might have met these people. Shania Twain, happy birthday this week. Jack Black. Kobe Bryant, moment of silence for Kobe Bryant. Dave Chappelle. Rupert Grint. And you got to respect Rupert Grint. He was Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter movies, and he made boatloads of money being Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter movies, and then he just went home. He made zero effort to make any more money after that. He was like, I've got enough money to live for the rest of my life quite happily, and he just went home.
Help me out. Ron Weasley, what character was this? I don't know
The
Harry Potter
redhead
movies that well.
So the three
okay,
main
yes.
characters, you have Harry, Ron, and Hermione, right?
Okay.
So yeah,
Even
and
I knew who that was.
Yeah. Jeez, Greg. And finally, happy birthday to video game legend Hideo Kojima. Happy birthday this week.
Is he going to be on the show? Like, Jeff Keighley in the Summer Games Fest? Or we're just going to drag him out of a closet somewhere and he'll be here? I mean,
I don't have that power, but maybe you do. I don't know.
I don't.
All right. Well, let's try it anyway. Because we don't have that power, we get this birthday song.
And action. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Insert name here.
There we go. Happy birthday to all of those people, some of whom we know, most of whom we don't. And since we've been through the birthdays...
Everyone here loves story time, our favorite time of the day.
Oh, well, It is our favorite time of the day. It's story time. I'll start. Since I was supposed to be on the show last week, I was on for a hot minute, and then, of course, the Xfinity guy shows up. I was having all kinds of internet issues. The guy shows up, still no fix. Goes through the house, identifies that he believes that the cable that's basically run from the call box, for lack of a better way to put it, to the house has an issue. So he orders up a team to come out and rerun the cable. They came out the next day, reran the cable. Problem solved? No problem solved. Still having issues. Can't figure out what it is. Finally, I get on the phone with his supervisor, and we're talking through. And I talk about, I'm like, could it possibly be that we, had security cameras recently installed? They're all Wi-Fi cameras. They're not hardwired. And he's like, no, that shouldn't have an impact. He's like, anything else? And I was like, I said, outside of the Netgear mesh that I have, I can't think of what else would be impacting it. There's nothing else plugged into it. In fact, that's not even plugged into it. He said, wait a minute, what did you say? And I was like, Netgear mesh to, extend the signal out to my office. He's like, that's the problem. So apparently with this new Xfinity system, it does not play well with those extenders. But it turns out it's supposedly powerful enough that it doesn't need those extenders. And he actually came out to my house with a signal detector to basically kind of go to all the different parts of the house that might have a dead spot and measure the signal strength. So that was the issue. It was the extender was, in essence, telling the Xfinity gateway box to not be a router and not basically not work the way it's supposed to, and instead it was the Netgear system that was pushing the signal out, but it was not very good at it. So anyway, all said and done, I unplugged something and everything worked.
So
I'll be damned.
So you were using Xfinity's Wi-Fi and your Netgear mesh system? I'm confused.
So we have the Xfinity gateway.
Yeah.
Sits in my living room.
Yeah.
Prior to them sending me the XB8 or XB10, which is their newest gateway box.
You could use any numbers you want. Yeah, we believe you.
I know. So they sent the 10. I had the 8 sitting in whatever reason they skipped 9. 9 gets no love.
All right.
9 just goes by the wayside. We're going from 8 to 10.
Same thing with
now,
Windows.
They went 7, 8.
There was no Windows 9, right?
No Windows 9.
Interesting.
It's like it didn't exist. So I had the 8 sitting in my living room.
You know why?
I don't.
Because 7, 8, 9. Mm-hmm.
That is
dad joke
the
and a
worst
half,
dad
right?
joke ever.
Oh, come on. When you have a dad joke that's just fits the moment, it makes it that much better. You know what I mean?
Okay,
You know what I mean?
That's fair. Okay, back on track. The 8 sitting out in the living room.
Wait.
It's not quite the furthest distance from my office, but it's pretty close. And so, but it's the only place I'm ever going to put a gateway system. I'm not going to put it anywhere else. They're always like, well, could you put this up on your countertop? And I'm like, no. Like, I'm sorry. I love technology, but I don't like looking at technology.
Yeah.
I want
I'm
to
with you.
Right.
So in my office, the Wi-Fi signal from the 8 was horribly bad. And it was constantly dropping. It was an issue. Now, that could also be because that line was bad, because we found out the line was causing my internet signal coming to the house to intermittently drop out significantly. But anyway, back to the 8. I had an extender put in my office to grab the signal and boost it, basically, a signal booster.
So you were grabbing the signal from your Xfinity thing and boosting it.
Yes.
That's weird. Yeah,
so
that's
it was
weird.
all the same Wi-Fi username, password. So if you logged in, it was seamless. And so that booster, once they put the 10 in my house, apparently caused all kinds of chaos.
Well, because they don't want you to use that. They changed their they changed their setup to mess up your stuff so that you don't have, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, what I have
Sure.
instead is we have Spectrum out here and they're garbage, but they're all we have. I have their little modem router combo that they bring to the house.
Right.
And then I have that Ethernet cable goes into my mesh base station, and then the meshes are all over the house. And so as far as the modem is concerned, it's just got one signal going out, and then the mesh handles everything else. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad it's working for you.
Yes, so am I. Once I unplugged it, it's like suddenly the signal jumped to 1100. So getting over my gig download, which made me happy.
Excellent.
Anyway, so yeah, so that's done. Then midweek, I posted a very cryptic message into our Discord. I was trying to be a good community member about if people liked Marvel.
Wait, you were on
if
Discord?
they had a PlayStation. Yes, I was on Discord.
Crazy.
Imagine that.
Crazy.
I know it happens occasionally.
I wrote it down on
Anyway,
the calendar. I mean,
I posted up this question asking those who had a PlayStation if they liked Marvel and if they liked fighting games. Now, I think I was probably a little too cryptic with the message because I think everybody just took it as me taking a pulse in the survey. Really, what I was trying to figure out is first person to answer yes to all three. I had a code for the new Marvel fighting game that I got from my friend that works at Sony. So, Mark was the closest to answering the question in a reasonable way. So I reached out to Mark and I gave him the code. And then Mark, in turn, was talking with Lewis because Mark really doesn't like fighting games. And so Lewis actually is a big fan of fighting games. He then took the code. So he has this game now. He has promised to get us a review of the game. I have not checked to see if he posted it up yet or not. He said he would try for today's show. If not, next week. No big deal. It's not like it's a job. But yeah, so that was the story behind the question that I posted out there.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Occasionally, I get asked questions of like, hey, do you want a code for this game? More times than not, I haven't taken them up on it because I just, it's a wasted code on me. But I thought this one was a good enough game. Somebody might want it.
Yeah, I like it.
makes sense.
Yeah. And then last couple stories. So we have a big conference coming up for our agency on the real estate side called it's the ROG One Talks for Realty One Group Complete Talks. It's going to be in Sacramento this year. So all of the agents in the office are like, oh, we got to dress up for it. We got to dress up for it. And so what does dressing up for it mean? I mean, trying to figure this out. And more or less, they try and theme up what they're wearing to our colors, which are black, gold, and white. So I'm like, I'm not getting gold pants. Don't really have a gold shirt that I'm gonna get, but I could get some gold shoes. So I picked up a pair of gold shoes. I didn't think about it, otherwise I would have brought them in here to show off on the stream.
Did you say black, white, and gold?
Yes, those are the colors. So
you missed a golden opportunity to get you some black, white, and gold retro Jordans. That would have made a statement.
Possibly, although I'll show these off next week. I think you'll agree they make a statement. What statement I don't know, but they make a statement.
I'm sure I will appreciate them.
I think you shall.
Some black, white, and gold retro Jordans.
Yeah, I literally bought 3 different pairs of gold shoes to test to figure out which one I would like.
Easy there, money bags.
Well, so Amazon free returns. That's the gist of this. Buy it, try it, don't like it, return it for free.
All right.
So there's a pair of high tops that I think are not going to make it. There's another pair of, I would call them loafers, that again, just not my speed, not my style. Thought they might be, but no. So I have a nice pair of lace up gold, and I'm talking gold, like shiny ass gold.
All right.
Like the wingtip leather shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the plan. Then with that, black slacks. I have a black shirt that has a little bit of gold trim on the inner button-up area, and so that will be the attire. I'm foregoing the white thing. I can
Fly
make
like a
the white.
G6.
Yes. Yeah. And then last little story. I don't know what it is about my name. I don't think it's terribly difficult.
It is
Greg.
the most difficult.
It's straightforward.
It's terrible.
But man, I and maybe it's the way I say it to people. I don't know. But I mean, I've been called everything but Greg often. So Craig is a very common thing that I get thrown my way, which I can take that. That's fine. Craig, Greg, I get it. Literally had a Starbucks employee write gray on my cup, which that was okay. I'm not sure where we got that from, but all right.
They chose violence. The
no,
Starbucks
cleaners-
employees, they have sass. You know what I mean?
My cleaners chose violence, Chris, because I literally handed her my debit card to pay for my alteration because I had a shirt adjusted. She looked at it. She hands it back to me. She gives me a ticket to come back and pick it back up. And I look at the ticket, and it says Greg.
Greg.
Grag. Where have you ever heard that name? Like, literally never. And yet somehow, Greg.
Unless it was in a fantasy game and you were a bridge troll, then maybe. Yeah.
I, again, take offense to the troll part of this. I think Mr. Matthew had a much better barbarian take on this, which I can live
Not
with.
barbarian, the Bababian.
Bababian? Yeah, okay. I'll take that. But yeah, Greg. Honestly, and it was
Greg.
It was the insult to injury was the fact that she had my debit card with my name
That's
staring
right.
at her face. It's like
Name's
maybe it was a typo. Hard to believe though, because the A and the E are not in the same row. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. That's my story. I'm done.
That's your
Mr. Matthew,
story.
what's been going on with
Are
you?
you sticking to it?
I'm sticking to it.
This week was a celebration. So every year, the graduating class gets their rings presented. It's a big deal. They're not allowed to wear them until they're seniors, and so this year there's a whole bunch of cadets that are their parents are our friends that we went to college with, right? And so we had a whole bunch of people come over to the house because it's a big family thing. So all these families travel in from out of town. And so we just had people stopping by the house all Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which was awesome. Had a great time. I learned a lesson. I learned a valuable lesson. And that is, if you're going to have a drink with your friends, have a drink with all of your friends at once. Because what ended up happening is one friend showed up and I sat down and had a couple of drinks with that friend. And then another friend showed up and I sat down and had a couple of drinks with that friend. And you can kind of see how this is going. And so
Yes.
by the end of the evening, I had a couple of drinks with several different friends, and it was like 7:00, and I was like, I'm exhausted and I can't see straight, so I just went to bed at like 7:00, because it started at noon. Like at noon, I was like, hey, let's have
Okay.
Well, all right, that makes
it's
sense,
noontime. Let's have a couple of old fashions, and so we did, and then somebody else showed up, and it was. Yeah, by the end, I
Well,
was
and old
just like,
fashions. I mean, that's going to hit hard regardless. So
they're so delicious, though. They're so delicious. But yeah, so that.
all right.
They
Are you so old fashions that they usually have like what the dark cherries in them as well?
Yeah, so you do whiskey, usually either bourbon or rye, some syrup, orange peel, and a maraschino cherry. Yeah. They're delicious.
You got to try it with the dark cherries, the dark black cherries.
I'll have to try it with
I'm
the
just
black
telling you now,
cherries.
so good.
The maraschino cherries are pretty dark, but I haven't tried it with actual black cherries. I'll have to try that. All right, I've started making them my way, which is I brown a stick of butter, and then I pour the brown butter into the 750 of bourbon, and I let it sit until the butter all settles back to the top, and then I pour it through a fine mesh to get all the milk solids out. Then you have what's called a fat wash bourbon, makes it nice and smooth. And then instead of simple syrup, I use brown sugar syrup, and that makes for a damn tasty time. Good.
That sounds very tasty.
Easy for me to see. Tasty cocktail.
Yeah, that definitely sounds tasty. You could try Kim's method, which is just pour the whiskey in a pint glass. Apparently,
a pint glass is that's ooh. Like do you fill it up all the way to the top?
I have before, yes. I have before.
Yeah, Jim.
Is your liver okay? Like, do you?
No, it's fine. And I mean, the fun fact, I didn't have a hangover the next morning, so stunned all those around me. So,
This might point to a problem, Kim.
Yeah, I think you might have. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't done it lately because obviously I don't have the tolerance for it that I used to have, but I've done it before.
Okay. Right.
What else? That's really all that happened this week. Besides, high school football camp has begun, so my secondary job is driving my son to football practice. That seems to take up half of my day.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Anyway.
By the way, back to the drinking with friends in sequence. That is amazingly tough, though, because of the kind of event you were attending.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one thing if you're all getting together for dinner, then and that becomes much easier to manage.
No, we just had like an open house situation, and people just kept showing up. So I was like, hey, let's have it. Yeah. Not complaining. Had a great time, and didn't even. I slept the whole night, like from 7 to 7. So I felt great the next morning. My watch was like sleep-tastic.
Not bad.
That's awesome. All right. Okay.
Yeah, and then I played golf the next morning, and went through a case of Heineken playing golf, which is my excuse for why I played so terribly.
You know what? It is the smart way to play golf, though. You have to have a built-in excuse just in case. And if you play well, it's like you're a natural.
That's right. Just that good. Cool. Sure. Cool.
All right. Kim, I feel like a bond with you on the first topic here, tech issues.
Right.
You might have solved yours as well. What's going on?
I think so. Well, I think you were right the first time when you thought maybe it was a soundbar. So, because I've not had any more volume issues since we hooked up the Roku box. So, I think I'm going to have to get us a new soundbar, which they're not terribly expensive. Plus, I think while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and call the phone company internet provider, since y'all made fun of me of calling my internet provider the phone company, even though that's what they are. I think I'm going to go ahead and get a hold of them and get a new router too, because we have had it for 9 years. So, I mean, I'm sure it's due for an upgrade. Although I think they still use the same router box, but
just whatever. Be careful, Kim. Just be careful.
I know.
Let my story be a warning.
Because really, the only problem I have with router-wise is it's the TV. I mean, everything else, and occasionally the laptop when we're doing the podcast, occasionally it'll drop out on that. But like my Xbox and everything, it's fine. So I am a little worried about that,
so funny story to go back to my gateway issue.
Right.
Because I'm talking with the third tech that came out, and he's trying to do his best to put on a good face because he couldn't figure out what the hell was going on, and it took his boss to figure it out, for the record. But as he's talking about it, he kind of is starting to do the company line of, sometimes there's just, a lot of interference in the house or whatever. And I'm like, well, look, man, if this new box can't reach and perform the internet better than the old box, then give me the old box back. I don't want your new crappy box.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he's like, well, But it was funny how he was trying to position it like this has to, this is really not their. Now, granted, technically he was right. It wasn't their issue, but we don't want to tell him that.
Right.
But yeah, that was the height of my frustration with the situation. So anyway, continue on.
I don't blame you there. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get a new sound bar, which, to be fair, since it's almost September, I'll probably just wait and do it then. And like I said, I'll eventually call the internet provider and say, hey, can you either send me a router, or if they have a guy driving by here, because like I said, it's local pretty much. So usually there's always a telephone guy driving by here, and drop off another router, please. I would appreciate it. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know when I get all that done. It'll be a little bit yet. Other than that, not a lot. We're still taking care of Howie. She had a rough day Friday, and I thought maybe that might be it, but Saturday came and went, and she did pretty well. She didn't get sick, because she was getting pretty sick there Friday, and I was a little worried about that, but, so we're still taking that all day by day. She did pretty good today, other than she growled at me when I was giving her fluids this morning. I think she was just tired of sitting there, with this needle stuck underneath her fur, like, why are you doing this to me? Well, because, I kind of have to. So, but, that's as going about as well as you can expect. And other than that, that was pretty much my week this week. More stress and, more stress and less stress, because at least Dad's hand is better now. He's done with physical therapy. He's almost done with the wound clinic. As a matter of fact, I think we're done with the fish scale thing, but I don't know. I can't remember. There's been a lot of shit going on the last couple of weeks. So, yeah.
It has been a bit chaotic on your end. That's just,
just a little bit. So, yeah.
I see Gary has been in the chat. I also see Batches in there. Gary's, shaking his fist. That's what you get for making fun of Gary's. Look, I can't help it. You're easy targets. Gary's are very easy targets.
Well.
But yeah, we love our Garys. As we do our Batches. And I think that's it for story time.
I believe that
we're good. We can probably move on.
All right.
This is where you talk.
Oh, what am I supposed to say?
What are we doing next?
So, Kim.
Yes.
A little thrown off. Let's talk about. Is there anything worth talking about that's coming out?
All we have is just Epic Games for this week, and that's until the 27th, and that's Card Apocalypse. So there you go.
There we go.
I'm sure you talked about it last week, but I want to put the plug in again for Resonance: A Plague's Tale Legacy, because that comes out on the 27th for Xbox Game Pass.
Well, and funny you should say that. It is in the new releases that I will be mentioning later. So.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Fun fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about what we have been playing. Kim, you
get. Today I feel like playing a computer game. It's game time.
You're getting slandered in the chat. So there you go. Now you're Garg. So.
Garg. Grog is better. I'll take Grog over Garg.
Grog is a bridge troll, so you can't make fun of me over that one. He's a bridge troll in Divinity Original Sin 2. It's Grog
there we
and
go.
Marg.
See?
Yeah.
All right. See? I could play the role of a bridge troll. That would be
I think you could. I think you'd pull it off. So.
I mean, if I was an actual troll and and defending a bridge, that would be like a mission. Let me tell you.
There you go.
I don't know if I'd. So the question is, do you defend with riddles? Do you defend just with straight up combat? You're a troll, mind you. So I mean, you pretty much can pounce anything that's coming your way down into the dirt. But I like the notion of the whole, riddles. I'm not good at coming up with riddles, so.
Well, I'm not either.
I think I would just fight. I think that would be it. I would just be like, no.
Well, or you could do what a bridge troll would normally do, which would be to charge us money to cross the bridge, because that's what Grog and Marg do. Unless you have a really interesting story, and then Marg will let you go across for free, but it's got to be a pretty good story. So.
It could be like Iran. I will charge you a toll to cross my strait.
There you go.
I know. I went there. All right. Kim, let's talk about what you've been playing.
Yes. Alrighty, I've played a little bit of everything this week, which, speaking of bridge trolls, I hopped on Divinity Original Sin 2 and trying to get back into that because I took a big break, kind of like Baldur's Gate, which I also probably have to think about going back to next week. Anyway, I got on to Divinity, did that. There is a Magister fight that I'm currently in where you have to rescue a guy from the Magisters and these oil monsters. And the bad thing with these oil monsters is that they're also cursed. So if you step across where they have dripped their oil, it will catch fire and explode. And that's not good. So I'm having a hell of a time trying to keep the guy that I'm supposed to rescue alive. At the same time, I'm trying not to get burnt to a crisp. So it's not going well. I have figured out, though, because one of my companions has the teleportation skill. He can teleport the guy that we're supposed to keep alive away from the fight, which kind of works, except of course it's an RPG, so you know how this goes. Anytime it's that guy's turn, he's now trying to come back to where we are so he can help in the fight. So I have to figure out some way to trap him where we teleport him so he can't come help us, so that way he stays alive, and then we can take out the others. Um, it's gonna take more plotting on my end. Because we need water spells apparently, and ice spells and arrows and whatnot to take care of the oil monsters. So apparently I'm gonna have to stock up on those. And yeah, it's a process. It's not a
Fair
game for the. It's not like Veilguard and some of the others. Even compared to Baldur's Gate, there is some planning obviously in Baldur's Gate if you want to do it. But for some of those, you can just kind of go in there and like Rambo it. I can't with this one because every time I try to go in there and Rambo it, we end up dying, or the guy we're supposed to save ends up dying. So there's gonna have to be some plotting on this one. I'm gonna have to sit down with like a pencil and paper and plot it out and go, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
I mean, that is kind of the whole premise behind the tactical, turn-based tactical games. Is you can't Rambo them. You do need to use tactics.
Yes.
Also,
yes, and...
I just got to say, the whole monster drip burn thing. It's like, does your monster have a drip that burns? Well, yes, it does, Doctor.
Yes, it does. Yeah. It could use some of Robin's cream that we were talking about in the WhatsApp quiz.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where I'm getting along with that, which is to say I'm not getting very far along because I think I've redid this battle probably half a dozen times at this point, and I'm not getting far. That's probably a skill issue on my end. So, and I totally, accept that. But we'll get there. I'll get it accomplished eventually. Don't worry.
Strategery, Kim. Strategery.
Exactly.
All about the strategery.
Yeah, it's not working real well at the moment, but we'll work on it. It'll get there. Still playing Forza Horizon 6. Basically, I'm just drag racing. I mean, that's about all you can say on that one. I can't help it. It's a thing. I am trying, though, to tune the cars. Because you know how you can get on there and you can either buy tunes or you can get on there and tune them yourselves. Well, even though I come from a family of mechanics, if you asked me a question about tuning cars, I couldn't tell you. Now, if you wanted me to go to the toolbox and get you a 9/16 wrench, I can do that. I was the family gopher when it came to working on things. I didn't have a clue of what the hell they were doing, but if they wanted me to go get something, I knew right where the hell where that was at. So
absolutely with you. Absolutely with you.
So I'm learning how to do that, and between Boomer and my nephew Tony, who apparently for some reason has decided he's the tuning god and he knows how to do these things now. Apparently, when you turn 13, you get this skill. I guess I don't know. I didn't get it. But between the two of them, they're trying to help me out, and I'm getting there slowly but surely. Although I still think I'm better off just making the money and going and buying the tune and just slapping it on the car. But we'll see. It's it's been fun. I know, slightly frustrating when I put a tune on a car and I go out to test it and it ends up like veering off into the left, and I'm like, well, it's not supposed to do that. So I guess I need to take it back to the garage and figure out why it's doing that. But yeah, it's been fun. So we'll keep up with that. And other than that, this morning, even though I did start Dispatch on the Steam Deck when it came out on Steam, I did buy it on the Xbox, and I started it this morning. And I played 2 episodes of that, and I'm still enjoying it just about as much, as much as when I started on Steam.
Did you finish Dispatch?
I have not finished it. No.
Oh,
so
okay, all right.
Yeah. No, I have not finished it, and I have to say, of all the characters that I've met on there so far, because like I said, I finished 2 episodes, I have to say Chase is my favorite so far. I swear to God,
okay.
He reminds me so much of my dad. It's almost ridiculous. So, yeah. So I like Chase, but it's been a fun game, and everybody knows I like these episodic games because everyone knows how much in love with The Wolf Among Us I am. So this scratches an itch that makes me happy. So yeah, that's what I've been playing this week.
So let's keep talking about Dispatch. This will segue into me. Chris, did you ever play Dispatch?
I played the first. I think I played like the first 3 episodes. I do want to go back and play the rest of it. So yes, is the short answer.
Okay, that's a fair answer. That works. So one of the things I love about Dispatch, and I immediately changed it, is they give you the option when you start a new game to kind of how you want to play the game.
Right.
And you can pretty much get rid of all of the QuickTime events. Right. I highly recommend doing that.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it plays out a little bit more like you're watching a series, and then you'll have occasional puzzles that you have to solve, and that's really the extent of it. You're watching a lot in the game, making some decisions here and there based on responses. But it just felt right with this game, and I think it's because of how good the animation is in this game.
Yes.
It's a big step up from Wolf Among Us, which was more of that kind of hand-drawn cartoon kind of look. This has a vibe of like, Saturday morning animated cartoon series, but at a high level.
Right.
And so I very much like the aesthetics of this game. I have played it to completion. I just sat down. I mean, all 8 episodes.
I was gonna say you must have, yeah.
Yeah, there's 8 episodes, and I just grinded through it. I may go back and do a second playthrough, because there definitely are decisions to be made. It is a lot about, obviously, kind of relationships with different heroes and how you handle that, and being the dispatcher, the game mechanic of dispatching your different heroes. At first, felt it just didn't quite jive with me. Like I felt like I was always behind the 8 ball. And then I realized oftentimes you don't need, they may say you can send up to 3 heroes to this event. You're better off sometimes just sending 2. You don't always have to maximize the number of heroes that go into it. When I first was playing, I thought I had to maximize all the heroes that I send out, and it would leave you shorthanded.
Yes.
And
I ran into that.
Yeah, and then I realized, no, I don't need to do that. I just need to make smart choices with the heroes I send, because it really is about their capabilities and what you're sending them to. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, there might be something that deals with, let's say a plane. You want to send heroes that have flying capabilities.
Right.
Things like that. You're matching them up, or personalities, that kind of thing. If you have high intelligence, sending them to a press conference, much better. Or high charisma, high intelligence, send them to a press conference.
Right.
So, anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed Dispatch. It is great. I'm not going to spoil anything, but we will have to compare notes when game completion has happened in terms of directions that you've taken certain things. But yeah, it was a surprise. Like I wasn't sure I was going to like it when I first started it up, to be honest. I was like, okay, the animation's nice, but I don't know. And then I got into the dispatching, and it started to make more sense, and then it just clicked, and then I was like, okay, this is good. I'm enjoying this.
Right.
And there's a bit of suspense. I will just say that in terms of who a potential, bad guy might be.
Right.
And I thought it was going to have other implications than it did. And so needless to say, it's good writing. It kept you guessing sometimes. And there are some surprise things that happen that, you don't see coming. I will just say that. So,
yeah.
Anyway,
and I will say it's very adult. So this is. Yes.
It is beyond adult.
Right.
So, sex, violence, all on screen. Don't have the youngins in there. In particular, there's one scene where I was like, "Oh, we're going there." Okay, all right. Thankfully, nobody else was awake at the time. But yeah. Overall, it's not. It doesn't happen often, I should say, but there are a few different times where you're just like, okay.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. And I'm the person that has played The Witcher 3 while he wasn't 13 at the time, but while my nephew was sitting right next to me, because he liked the fact that the guy's arm fell off. But although now I don't know why I'm worried, because he's 13 and he probably thinks he knows more about this than I do, so I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely adult. So.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it. It is pretty good, And I actually made some different decisions than I made when I started it on the Steam Deck. So, like this time, I didn't set Flambe on fire the first time, like I did when I played on the Steam Deck. But I thought about it, because the guy's a dick. So
Yeah. And in all of those choices, they do kind of matter. And what I do
Yes.
like, much like The Wolf Among Us, every episode they recap all of your decisions
Yes.
and give you kind of a how it compared to the rest of the community.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think we made similar decisions with certain characters. But I mean, again, it's good. It
Yes.
it needs a sequel. I will say
Yep.
I wanted more from the ending. So I do hope they're going to make it Dispatch 2.
Well, fingers crossed.
Anyway, what else, Kim?
That's pretty much it. Yeah,
Okay.
that was pretty much it for me. So who knows? Maybe next week. I would like to play Mistfall, but I am waiting to see what you say about it. So hopefully it's
So
good. Try it
that's a
anyway.
good segue. Good segue, Kim.
Yeah.
I have played 2 Extraction games this past week. One is really good. One
I can guess.
is convinced.
I can guess.
So real fast, Arc Raiders continuing to play the trials. The trials they've added in have made a big difference in terms of the grind of the game. It gives you something to constantly work towards. There is an expedition coming up. We'll have that in the news as well. Turns out it will be a last expedition for a while before their big update. But anyway, so Arc Raiders, lots of fun. Been playing with Lewis a bunch. Also, Mr. Richard Primrose jumped on yesterday in the morning. Got some time playing with him. Tried to play with Phil, but Phil said, "Sorry, honey, not right now. I have a headache." He actually just jumped on for one match. So, but it's good. Mistfall Hunter. I had been told by Mr. Primrose, "Hey, you should check out Mistfall Hunter," and of course, I've heard it from other people as well. So I downloaded it, fired it up, and so it's an extraction game set in a fantasy role-playing kind of universe. Think D&D, that kind of vibe. You have a bunch of different classes that you can set your character up for. You can play it co-op. You can also play it solo. I think my biggest issue, it's just not a good-looking game, and it doesn't necessarily control great. And those two things, and of course, I'm kind of holding it to a high standard because I'm doing an awful lot of comparing it to Arc Raiders, because Mr. Primrose said, "Hey, I've been playing this as kind of a stopgap, big update for Arc Raiders." So naturally, I'm like, okay, well then it must have that vibe. It just doesn't. I don't know, and I will give it another go. But I went in, I did a magic user character role, and just the mechanics of the combat didn't feel good. And maybe it's just because I did the magic user, and so I need to try something different. But it was that combined with the game just not looking all that great in comparison. I was like, I'll go back to Arc Raiders. I will give it another try, though. I do have it downloaded still. So. And maybe it's a matter of I need to play it co-op with somebody else. I don't know.
It could be.
That could be. So if you download it, Kim, let me know. We can.
I have it downloaded. So.
A little hunting.
Okay.
But yeah, it didn't
I was just
leave
afraid
the
to jump in
greatest...
there by myself because I just knew right off the bat I'd probably die. So.
Well, so the good news is it has a tutorial. So and that's what I was kind of going through. I figured I'll do the tutorial, and that'll kind of give me the sense. And my friend Rich said he's primarily been playing it solo. He thinks his claim was it was better solo. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, like I said, it didn't wow me enough to be like, oh, I want to keep playing this. Maybe that will change, but I might re-roll a different character and see if I like that better.
Did you?
Yeah, there you go.
Did you end up fighting? Does this have players versus players as well as player versus environment?
I believe this is just players versus environment. There are other teams that can come into with you, but you are not fighting against one another.
Okay,
that helps.
Yeah. So And that had some appeal to me. I'm like, okay, I like the player versus environment kind of vibe of Extraction, but
Yeah. Well, I think like Arc Raiders, there's a gear grind, and if you have the best gear, you're going to have a slight advantage, right? But when you start introducing these role playing game where someone figures out the meta of spell casting and they just become invincible, right? That's my
Yeah.
worry
Right.
with a game like this. Okay, I might check it out. I have it installed on my personal computer. Worth a check out, maybe.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
And to take a step back to Arc Raiders, two things. One, for the most part, their new algorithm that they're using, if you are non-aggressive, you get put into mostly friendly lobbies. And I say mostly because I did have an experience earlier the week where I got onto a rooftop and another player was there, and I thought I startled him because he shot at me, and I was like, okay. But then he started shooting again, and I'm like, okay, he has bad intentions. So I did a quick duck roll retreat. Then I popped out with my patina and started laying into him, and pretty much we both were near death. And then, but I was able to retreat, and I had a lot of loot on me. So I decided I will just break off engagement. Was able to do so. It's I think something I still like about this game though. It's that you never know kind of moment, and it got the heart racing. I got out okay, and and I looked back on the encounter because they do an encounter recap every time you extract, and they show you either where you died or who you fought, who did damage to you. And I saw we pretty much both had taken about 80 points off of our life on each side of it, of that fight. Anyway, but that's the first time I had a player versus player like encounter in probably a good 40 matches, especially solo. Whenever you go 2 or 3, team squads, depending upon where you go, you're definitely potentially encountering other squads. In fact, a funny moment, I thought we were getting shot at by another team when I was playing with Rich, and we extracted, and I'm looking at the after action report because we were trying to take on a not a bombardier,
A big
Bastion.
robot.
And a big robot, yes. And I start getting shot from behind, and it was in Stellamontis, and I just automatically assumed another team was shooting at us. And so we ended up extracting, and we're looking at the after action. Turns out it was just a wasp that was behind me shooting down from above, and I just panicked. So, but it's all good. Still very much enjoying that game.
Good.
Okay, Mr. Matthew, let's talk
Mr.
about your latest
DeLacy.
job.
About my So I my first job, I'd spent a good 20-30 hours in this very cozy game called Solarpunk, which I've talked about before. You definitely have to be down for a very chill experience. There's almost no threat to the player. You just have to do the things. But I've kind of enjoyed it. It's got a nice art style to it. It's very relaxing. I did get a little frustrated near the end because there's basically the whole point is to buy all the things and unlock all the blueprints, and then you're kind of done with the game. And so you have to sell things to get vendor tickets, and I was like, this is taking forever because it looked like what you had to do was you get sheeps, pigs, and chickens, and you get eggs, truffles, and sheep's milk, and then you can make a food basket, and that gets you like 500 points. I was like, I need 7,000 points. It takes like 20 minutes to make one of these food baskets. This is ridiculous. Then I found out that you can sell diamonds, which up to that point it seemed pointless. I made a diamond pickaxe, and then it seemed pointless to have other diamonds for anything. And I was like, oh, you can sell those. And so then I very quickly finished the game, and I was less frustrated. That aside, it was a very enjoyable, just very chill kind of game. Not going to be everybody's vibe. I get it. It's not. There's nothing edgy or dangerous or whatever about it. But I enjoyed it.
That's okay.
I enjoyed it.
Right.
But the game
I like
that
to call those palate cleansing games.
yeah, palate cleansing.
Yes.
My brother calls them cozy games,
Yeah.
and I get that. But I finished up with it. I might go play it a little bit more, but I've kind of finished everything that there is to finish in the game, so I don't know if I'll be spending too much more time with it. But the game that has been a job, that feels like a job, and has been taking as much time as a job, has been Icarus. And I know I've been talking about this game for weeks, and I have been talking about this game for weeks, and it seems like I've just barely scratched the surface, even though I'm at max player level. So the max player level is level 60. But my little camp is still kind of in the starting area of the map. And I have a whole bunch of quests that I haven't completed yet. So, but it is one of those games where you can just get sucked in. Like, it's like, oh, I'll just do this. And then, oh, I'll just do this. Most of the things don't take very much time. You just go do a thing and it's done. And so it's like, oh, I'll do one more thing. Oh, I'll do one more thing. Oh, I'll do one more thing. Sorry, this guy's video sucks. I'm gonna break the fourth wall for a second. The gameplay video somebody put up, and it's just of the character creation menu. Like, thanks, guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, lost my train of thought there. So what it really could use, the UI is not great. The UI for the game is not great. Where it could really use a boost, kind of like Arc Raiders, where when you go to craft something, but it requires another thing to be crafted, so you got to back out and go craft the thing. It could really use that sub menu where you're like, hey, I want to craft this complicated item, but I need these parts. Just click a button and craft the parts that I need without me having to switch menus. It's an interesting game because it's enjoyable solo. It's fun solo. It's also fun in a big group. The net code on it is not great. It does get laggy real fast, but I have been having fun with it in a group and by myself. You can choose. What's cool about it? It's got everything. If you want to optimize your manufacturing process, you can do that. If you just want to go kill monsters, you can do that. You want to set up a little farm, you can do that. You want to tame wild animals and make them your minions, you can do that. Or you can do all of those things. So yeah, I think it's worth checking out. Watch for a sale. I picked it up where I got the base game plus 3 or 4 of the major DLCs for like $40 during the summer Steam sale. So I would definitely say watch for a sale if you're interested in trying this one out.
Okay. And fun fact, by the way, I did not realize there's a console version of this game.
So I knew there was a console version. I could not find the. I was hoping I could find it on the Xbox PC store, and I couldn't find it. So I don't know if they had some kind of like exclusivity where they could only put it on. Yeah. They could only put it on the console or what. But yeah. Anyway, it's a fun game.
Okay.
We just moved to a different. So the starting world looks very Earth-like. We just kind of moved to a new world where it's much less Earth-like, a lot more monsters, a lot more weird aliens, that kind of stuff.
Now, when you move to the new world, do you get to keep your stuff? So,
this is an excellent question. So when you drop in and start crafting, anything you craft planet side has to stay planet side. Lore wise, I don't know why that is. That's just the game mechanic.
Okay.
But so the idea is you're like a prospector for the company that owns this orbital platform.
Right.
And you're like a rookie prospector, you're unproven. They're like, we're not even sure you're going to last 5 minutes. We're not even going to give you a pickaxe. We're going to drop you on the planet and you're going to craft stone tools, and then you're going to learn to craft metal tools, and then you're going to, whatever. And so as you complete missions, as you find these things that are called exotics, and you sell the exotics, you get currency, and you can use the currency to buy things from the company store, from the workshop. Those items you can send back to the orbital platform and move to a new prospect.
Okay.
So anything that you craft planet side has to stay planet side, but anything that you purchase, any of your elite gear that you purchase can go with you to new areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, that's better than sending you down naked again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which you certainly can do. You can just drop in with nothing. And they do have when you start a new mission, you can pick your elite gear and you can click I would like insurance. And what the insurance does is you get less rewards for completing the mission, but if you die, you don't lose all your gear. Is what it does.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
that.
All right. Who knows? I put it on my wish list, so I would not have to search for it.
Like I said,
The job part of it, though, I don't know.
it can feel like a job. What I think I would do if I were a new player is I put off doing some of the missions because I was trying to level up my gear first. Having done that, I'm finding that in some of these introductory missions that I'm on, I'm way over geared. It's like, go here and kill this very dangerous animal, and I kill it in one shot. I'm like, oh, okay, clearly I should have done this mission much, much sooner. So I would start on some of the missions earlier and spend less time with the grind. But
Okay.
that's me.
Sound advice. Sound advice.
Sound advice.
I think we should have a sound effect that plays right about now, Mr. Matthew.
We should. There it is.
All right, now everybody get set. Get away from the windows. Now look, good. It's time for the quiz. Yeah, you know what? Oh, too bad. Tough.
Plot twist.
So we have a quiz this week. Not being administered by Professor Matthew. Instead, we've been given a quiz by the Mad Hatter, Robin Tate. So, I have the quiz. I have answers, thankfully. I will administer the quiz. I will need your help in case anybody in the chat wants to play along. But this is unlike the Metacritic score game. These are answers. Pick and choose. A through D. Are we ready to get forward with the quiz? Here
Sure
we
thing,
go.
Greg.
Xbox quiz from Mr. Robin Tate. Surely that can't be right is the sub. Okay. Just a little dramatic pause. Question number 1. Going to Kim first, then we'll go to Mr. Matthew. In Hitman, Agent 47 is famous for disguising himself as basically anyone with a pulse. Which of these actual disguises can he wear? A flamingo mascot. B, a haunted suit of armor. C, a drummer dressed as a giant banana. Or D, a man advertising sausages with a sausage hat.
Of course. Oh dear. All right. Don't know. I've not played any of these games, so I don't know. And I don't know. D just sounds like a Robin answer. It's probably that one though. But I'm gonna go with A.
Kim says A flamingo mascot. Do you need me to repeat, Mr. Matthew?
Let me see. So it was the guy with the sausage hat, the flamingo mascot. What were the middle two?
A haunted suit of armor or a drummer dressed as a giant banana.
A drummer dressed as a giant banana. I'm going to go with a suit of armor. No, that's ridiculous. I'm going to go with the banana suit.
Right.
The banana
By the way,
suit,
in the
which-
chat, Corzon and Boomer both say D. So.
Oh, well.
We'll say B. They went
No,
with
D.
a
Delta.
D.
Delta.
D. Sorry,
D
my
as a
bad.
dog. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so we have kind of representation across the board here, with the exception of the haunted suit of armor. Nobody has gone for that.
Yeah, well.
The actual answer is a flamingo mascot, a flaming flamingo.
Well done, Kim. Well done.
In Hitman 2, Agent 47 can disguise himself as a giant pink flamingo. This means one of the world's deadliest assassins can stalk his target while looking like he's escaped from a child's birthday party. The worrying part is that nobody seems particularly suspicious. It's also true. Okay. Well done, Kim. Well done. Everybody else, you failed miserably. Question 2, we will start with you, Mr. Matthew. You will have advantage. In a game, no doubt, you have played many, many, many times.
Oh, dear.
In Goat Simulator, which of these completely sensible activities can you actually do? A, become queen of the goats. B, sacrifice 5 people to unlock a demonic goat form. C, go to space. D, all of the above because this game was made during some sort of meeting nobody stopped.
I think it's D, all of the above.
Mr. Matthew says D, all of the above. Kim Woods.
Yes, I also say
This is-
D because I've played this game just a little bit. Although I don't know that I ever did any of those things, but I could see it happening. So,
Okay. We have consensus from the two of you saying D, all of the above. Anybody in the chat, Corzon and
Jeff-
or Boomer?
yeah,
Jeff says
Corzon
Delta.
says D as well,
As does Boomer.
and Boomer is too. Yeah.
All right. Unanimously,
we're all in
everybody's saying
agreement.
D, which clearly means it's not going to be. No, of course it is D. All of the above. Goat Simulator allows you to become goat royalty, unlock demonic goat powers, and eventually end up in space. At some point, you have to stop asking why and start asking why isn't every game like this?
You'd start asking why not.
Why
Sure.
not?
Yeah,
All
why
right.
not?
And we wrap back around to Kim. Kim, this is going to test you in particular
Oh, goody.
because this is your jam.
Okay.
Kim, in Red Dead Redemption 2,
Mm-hmm.
Arthur can sometimes end up having very serious conversations while wearing something utterly ridiculous. Which of these can you genuinely put on his head?
Okay.
Is it A, a dead animal, B, a pirate hat, C, a miner's helmet with a working lamp, or D, all of the above?
D, all of the above.
Confidence, Kim.
Mhm.
Mr.
I'll
Matthew,
probably wrong,
what
but I'm
say
pretty
you?
sure it's D.
Kim was very confident, but if I answer the same, there's no way I can catch her. So I'm going to go with the dead animal.
Dead
gonna
animal.
take a
which
risk.
Was what? A. Okay. And from the chat, Corazon, Boomer, any
Once again, Boomer says, Corzan says A, and Boomer says D.
Okay. And the correct answer, should have listened to the expert aficionado. D, all of the above. Red Dead Redemption 2 contains an enormous number of ridiculous hats and headpieces, including animal-themed headgear, pirate hats, and mining helmets. So Arthur Morgan can deliver an emotional speech about loyalty, betrayal, and mortality while looking like he's just lost a bet.
Yep. And actually, I just found out about the mining helmet here the other day because I hadn't ever found it in game. So, there you
Okay.
go. Yeah.
All right. Kim, you are this
Well
week's
done,
winner.
Kim.
Well done.
I had a feeling that D was the correct answer for the Red Dead question.
Right.
But of course, I had to try to make up some ground. So we
Yeah,
took a chance. Took a chance, and it didn't pan out.
There you go.
All right, fine.
All right.
Well done, Kim.
Well,
Congratulations.
thank you, Mr. Tate.
Here is the fucking news.
All right. So, on the news front, we have a series of topics to get through. Starting with the GTA 6 leaks and development. So, gameplay leaks. Recent GTA 6 leaks revealed details including a Florida man Easter egg, shocking gameplay footage, rumored map content. The leaks have led to security concerns, including reports of malware linked to fake GTA 6 downloads. Official statements from from Rockstar. A former Rockstar developer addressed the leaks, and Rockstar issued takedowns on unauthorized footage amidst reports of a crypto pump and dump scheme linked to the links. There's also investigation with Microsoft and Discord have reportedly been subpoenaed in connection with the leaks. So yeah, a lot came out, and I saw the leaks. It wasn't like this massive footage leak. I think the one thing I took away from it was
Rockstar's coming after us now.
Yeah, well, it felt like GTA was GTA. I mean, didn't feel earth-shatteringly like, oh my God, this looks so different. So there's that. Either of you catch the leaks and see any of the leaked footage?
I've seen some things on the internet, but I wasn't stupid enough to click on any of it because obviously
for the Rockstar executives, that was a no from me. Only Greg. Only Greg.
I only viewed that which was publicly reported. I mean, I'm not over. Are either of you excited for GTA 6?
Not overly, no. I mean, I do like that it's going back to Vice City, but I'm not. I'm more excited for Fable than I am for GTA. So
I'm excited for GTA 6 because graphically it looks, at least what I've seen, looks amazing. I haven't finished GTA 5 yet, so I don't know how excited I am. I don't know what the difference was with Grand Theft Auto 4, but that one really grabbed my attention. Grand Theft Auto 5 has not really grabbed my attention in the way that Grand Theft Auto 4 did.
4 was the one that was in New York City, correct?
That's Liberty City, Greg.
Fake New York City.
Liberty
yes.
City.
Yes.
Yes, with Nico Bellic.
Yes.
And I just found Nico to be such an interesting character. Just kind of caught up in the world. Didn't really want to be doing what he was doing, but he didn't seem like he. Anyway. Whereas I find no redeeming qualities in any of the GTA 5 protagonists. Right.
I totally agree with you. I'm not going to lie. So I think that was loved when he was the guy that just seemed to get caught up in the wrong moments at the wrong time all the time, mind you. But
all the time. Yeah.
But he had an aspiration not to be in that world, right? Whereas in GTA 5, it just felt like everybody was, there was nothing redeeming about them. And I don't mind playing an anti-hero, but I want to feel like there's a way to becoming the hero, so to speak, Right. And if you just asked me to play a kind of scumbag, I'm not really going to like it. Like I remember, was it Trevor?
Yeah.
Trevor.
Hated playing Trevor.
Yeah.
Absolutely hated playing Trevor. He was an interesting character, but I didn't want to be Trevor.
Yeah.
True. No, I'm right there with you on that.
Yeah. All right. Next story. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. The beta update. The Infinity Ward released a significant beta update, adding new content, features, and improvements. Notably, a controversial in-game item returned with modifications to it. DLC honors. A new DLC pays tribute to a Medal of Honor recipient with real-life combat injuries and integrating historical respect into the game. I hadn't seen this part of it. Have either of you guys heard about this?
I haven't seen.
So I'm assuming they're doing some kind of DLC that wraps around maybe a real life story.
That's what it sounds like.
Interesting. I'd be okay with that, honestly. If you wanted to make a Call of Duty game that just took actual combat veterans stories and wrapped a story around that, and maybe it made it a series of short stories, right? DLC around missions. That could be interesting. Let's see. Gran Turismo 7, a game nobody cared, had an update. They introduced 4 new cars and 3 race events. So if you happen to be a Gran Turismo person, there you go. You've got a little something going on there. And as promised, the big ARC update, which was ARC expeditions, are going to be on pause until 2027. After the upcoming 5th expedition, they plan for major improvements to the divisive system. So that means beginning October 8th, the Frozen Trail update will land without an expedition. Embark said, "We have been carefully reviewing our feedback on expeditions, and while we've made ongoing improvements along the way, we've come to realize that some of the issues you've raised, like the tight departure windows, the reward structure, the accessibility for new players, need more than incremental fixes." They called for bigger change. So one big change that was just made for the 5th expedition is players no longer automatically reset their quests when they embark on expedition and wipe their character. Instead, you can opt into the quest reset if for you, for some unknownable reason, wish to repeat some of those unrewarding quests, you can. So again, with Arc Raiders, you go on an expedition. Think of it as prestige. It resets all of your skill points back to 0. But the thing is, with the expeditions, they would promise you basically every time you go on an expedition, you would be able to unlock 5 additional skill points and some additional stash spaces for your inventory, so it could be larger. And so with each expedition you would go on, it would just add on. The problem was there wasn't just... the rewards within it didn't feel like it was enough. There was a skin that you could unlock and reward that came with it, but beyond that, it's like, with like prestiging and Call of Duty, it's like, what's the true reward to it?
Right. Sick badge. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got a badge. Okay, all right. And so that was a big issue with this as well. I think like 22% of people would do the expeditions, and I think that probably increased with some of the changes they made, like being able to vault a couple items to take with you. So you could start anew and still carry over a couple pieces of equipment, but you had to grind to buy that ability. So there still were some hurdles to it. And so I think this will be a good change. We'll see. We'll see what they come up with. Other news, Power World card game update. A major update to Power World's official card game has improved functionality and content shortly after launch. Marvel's Wolverine and game has gone gold, signaling it's ready for its upcoming September release. And Control Resonant from Remedy Entertainment up its development a month ahead of anticipated September launch. So both games full steam ahead. They look like they're going to launch without problems. And there's just a couple of little notes here. Diablo 4 Season 14, the best class for the season was officially revealed. Final Fantasy release info. Square Enix announced a new free Final Fantasy release for September 2026, in case you like Final Fantasy games. The new official SNES and Sega Genesis releases were scheduled for 2027, appearing to retro collector. So if you like to collect those old consoles, there you go. EA game closure. 2 EA games were set to permanently shut down their servers on October 31st. Probably should have pulled those game names. I did not. PlayStation Plus, upcoming batch of new PlayStation Plus extra tier games available starting August 25th. Kim, that's your neck of the woods. We'll talk about that. But the most important piece of news for this past week.
Right.
Crocs revealed a new Pokemon collaboration, including Jigglypuff themed Crocs.
Woo boy.
Oh yeah. Chris, you down with the Crocs? You down with a little Jigglypuff on your shoes?
My microphone is muted. No Crocs. Crocs are dumb. Crocs
Have you ever tried Crocs out of curiosity?
I did own a pair of Crocs.
Okay.
Because I don't even remember where I was, but I forgot. I was somewhere where we were it was a public shower type situation, military, austere environment. And I needed some shower shoes, and the only thing available were Crocs. And so I got some Crocs to wear to the shower, and I was like, these are dumb. But now they're the thing. People love them, and I don't know why. But You know,
Yeah, I'm
hey,
with you.
I suppose they're
each their
comfortable.
own. They are not. They are not.
No, okay, all right.
And
I
they-
mean, I'll take your word for it. I've
and
never
they look
owned a pair of
ridiculous.
Crocs. I've never tried them.
My youngest brother, he and his family, when we went to the lake in July, all four of them in Crocs. For mom, dad, babies, all in Crocs. I'm like, hey, that's what you want to do? Like, more power to you. My kids love the Crocs, although they don't really wear them anymore. But anyway, rant over. Pokemon is not
I
going to
think
get me
Crocs
to buy
were
Crocs.
made. They were made by people that didn't want to tie shoelaces.
I don't want to tie shoelaces either. I have some very nice slip-on sneakers from Olukai that make me not look stupid. Yeah.
Fun fact, by the way, speaking of that, you can buy. There's I'll call them elastic shoelaces.
Yes, yes.
But there's kits that you can convert your shoes into basically slip-on versus tie. They look good. Highly recommend. I did that to a pair of Nikes, that favorite Nike shoes, and I don't have
they
it's
do
that much better.
They do. They
Yeah.
do work very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
The
fun
challenge
fact-
is getting the tightness.
Yeah.
How tight you make it. It's
Another
gotta be just
fun
tight enough to
fact.
where it feels like it's gonna stay on your foot, but not tight enough that it's gonna cut your circulation off.
Yes. Crocs. You've seen the movie Idiocracy, right? You know this movie?
Yeah.
In the future, they all wore Crocs. And the reason they all wore Crocs in the future is because the director was like, I need some shoes that are so dumb that they're never going to become popular. And then 10 years later, here we are.
Here we are. All right. Well, that's it for the news. Although we do have new release, Kim.
Yes, we do. We have quite a few, actually, believe it or not.
It's that time. I'm telling you.
Yes, it is that time. Alrighty, without further ado, here are your new releases for this week. We have Combo Land for the PC on the 24th. 1666 Amsterdam in early access on the PC the 25th. I may have to look into that one. That's the one with the witches and the cats and all that stuff we watched during Summer Game Fest. Anyway, Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on the 25th. Blood Dungeon for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, Switch, and PC on the 25th as well. Box Knight for the PC on the 25th. Is that like a knight made out of like cardboard? I don't know. I guess we'll find out the 25th. Once Human for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S on the 25th as well. Brigadine Abyss for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC on the 26th. Colonoro for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC on the 27th. Luz Lagoon for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, Switch, and PC on the 27th as well. One I'm looking forward to because I never got to play Metal Gear Solid, is it 4? I think. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, Switch, and PC on the 27th. I'll be picking that up eventually and be playing that at some point. And as told earlier by Greg, Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on the 27th. Also, it's coming out on Game Pass, so this is one that looks like it doesn't have rats in it, so that's got me excited, because I hate rats. Another one that I know a bunch are looking forward to, that is Star Wars Zero Company for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on the 27th as well. Oh, Lord. Captain Tsubasa 2 World Fighters. That's what I'm going to say that guy's name is. I don't know if that's right, but that's what we're going with. For the PS5. All right. See, Chris buys it, so that'll work. It'll be out for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC on the 28th. And I think, is this it? Yeah. And then last but not least, we have Elden Ring Tarnished Edition for the Switch 2 on the 28th as well. And those are the releases.
Well done,
So there
Kim.
you have it. Yeah.
So I know we're gonna talk about Star Wars Zero Company in just a second.
Right.
That I've already bought that. It is.
I figured.
That was the so. I didn't. So okay, let me take a step back. I am not a fan of buying games months and months ahead of time because I don't believe in giving a company a free loan of my money.
Right.
However, a week out, or 2 weeks out, I was like, okay, I can do this. Plus, with Game Pass Ultimate, you do get the 10% off on EA games.
Mhm.
So instead of it being 59, it was only 53. So I was down with that.
Yeah, I get that.
I really am excited for Aliens Fireteam Elite 2. I
thought
liked
you
the
might be.
first game. Yeah, I
So.
liked the first game. We had a lot of fun with it.
Right.
And it is kind of, I'll call it an extraction shooter because it has kind of that vibe.
Right.
But there wasn't as much kind of loot or a system to really push you for wanting to keep playing and doing, the same kind of missions over and over again.
Right.
I think they fixed a lot of that in Fireteam Elite 2. I'm really, really kind of, I want to see the reviews before. I'm hoping it does well, and that might be something I take a plunge in. I enjoy, like I said, I enjoyed the first game. Aliens is one of my all-time favorite movies, so this game being set in that universe, and not just being a straight-up horror game, but being a game about the combat of the Marines going in and taking out the aliens, that just is my jam. I'm all over that. And then Resonance, A Plague's Tale Legacy. Kim, I have bad news for you. I'm almost positive they're that's in this. I just don't
Probably,
think
but
they've
it'll be
been
on
showing
Game
'em.
Pass, so if it freaks me
Yeah,
out, then I haven't wasted any money.
yeah, because they hint at the Plague coming. I believe this is a prequel game, if I'm not mistaken. I could.
Well, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So those are the three that really have caught my eye. I'm not as excited for Metal Gear Solid. I've played Metal Gear games before. I am curious from this aspect. This is Volume 2.
Yes.
So what's in this collection, versus Volume 1?
Well, this one's got Metal Gear Solid 4 in it, which was the one that came for the PlayStation 3.
Okay.
And it's got Peace Walker in it, I believe, and that was out for the PSP. Which, like I said, I'm not really excited about that one so much. I want to play 4 because I never got to play 4 because I didn't have a PlayStation 3 at the time. And it's got one other, and I can't remember now which one it is, but it's another one that came out for a handheld, but I can't remember which one it was called.
Okay.
But like I said, the main draw for me on this one is Metal Gear Solid 4 because I never did get to play that one. So I would probably wait for a sale because I think it's $50 new, and I don't really feel like paying $50 for Metal Gear Solid 4, so I'll probably wait till a sale or something and pick it up. But
Fair.
yeah.
All right. Mr. Matthew, are you excited for Star Wars Company?
I'm cautiously optimistic about Star Wars Zero Company. I've been seeing some pre-release reviews that are making me a little nervous. Excuse me. But I'm going to say I'm cautiously optimistic. They're probably going to get my money anyway. But
do you think some of those pre-release reviews could just be they're being harsh because it's EA and EA has sold themselves to the devil?
It could be, but most people and maybe I'm here for this because it's Star Wars, but the most common complaint I've seen is they're not really doing anything new. It's basically like a reskin of XCOM, but not quite as good, kind of a thing. And so,
okay,
but
I think I can get. I think I can get on with it.
I think I can get on board with that. I might give it a week post release before I buy it. I am 1,000% not pre-ordering games in the digital delivery era.
Yeah,
like it's not like they're going to run out of digital copies. So I'm not
very true.
And there's no pre-order bonus, right? It used to be like you did like a pre-order and you got some in-game item or something.
I think there is some stuff, but again, it's like skins. It's nothing that's going to or based on the version you get. There's a deluxe version, there's the standard version, and both will have some kind of pre-order bonus to them. But it's not like you couldn't live without it. You're still going to have your traditional Star Wars characters within it. I just was getting hyped for it, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. We're 2 weeks out. I feel okay about pre-ordering it now versus, 3 months ago when it first was announced, and I was like, I want this game.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm kind of excited about that. The Amsterdam 1666 looks kind of interesting. Kim, you're right. Box Knight looks like basically a kid in cardboard armor doing an imaginary battle. So there you go. Well done. Cool.
Sometimes I get a good one,
Super cool.
Blind squirrel and all that.
That kind of just made me think of Grounded 2, like the boxes and using it to create art.
Yep.
In Grounded, you're making, helmets out of bottle caps, so to speak. So I never played Grounded 2. Did any of you?
My youngest
I never played the first one,
it.
so
I've kind of watched my youngest, so I'm very familiar with both the Grounded games from watching my youngest play them. They look pretty cool. I haven't played either of them yet.
I played the first one. I enjoyed it, but it did have that. I'm going to say the horror vibe with the spiders and.
I do not like spiders.
Exactly. I am not a spider person.
Well, they did have the arachnophobia setting on it, so that
they do have it.
Look stupid,
to me, I couldn't put that on. I was just like, I want the full thing. I don't want the spiders to be less scary just because I'm being a wimp.
Just because I'm a chicken shit.
Well, because they visually dumb them down. They make them less scary looking, and I'm like, no,
Yeah,
but
either make them something else or leave them be, right?
Yeah.
There was like a Skyrim mod you could get where you could replace all the spiders in the game with something else. If you were...
fluffy bunnies would be a thing.
It seems like it would be...
But that would be like the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Holy hand grenade.
Thou shalt not count 4, and 5 is right out. Yeah.
Mr. Matthew. I think I'm going to pass the baton to you to get us into wrap-up phase.
So speaking of counting, you can count on Greg DeLacy playing Arc Raiders Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Probably.
Around 12:30 on the West Coast, 3:30 on the East Coast, 8:30 p.m. for our friends in the UK, 2:30 p.m. if your name is Kim Woods. What you may or may not be able to count on is Fatal Fridays. It's been hit or miss lately, but we're going to keep trying. Yeah. Forza Horizon convoys are a thing. Maybe Mistfall Hunters if we decide that it's worth its crack in a multiplayer environment, or if some of you pick up Icarus, we'll start a little world. We'll figure it out. If you have anything to say to the show, you can say it on email at ocpodcast@gmail.com. You can tweet it at OC_podcast, or you can leave us a review at Podbean or iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Or come to the Discord and post a question in the Discord labeled Questions for the Show. Introduce yourself in the section labeled New Members, and join a game in any of the various chats for shooters, extractions, RPGs, racing, action, adventure, puzzle and chill, all of it. And if you do something cool in a game, take a screenshot and post it up in Victories Achieved. And since I'm talking, I'm going to shout out the two of you. It's always a pleasure. I'm going to shout out Mark. Hope you feel better. I'm going to shout out Boomer, Batch, and Corzan for coming to hang out in the chat. It was a good time. And I'm going to shout out Old Fashions because they are delicious. Over to you, Kim.
Alrighty, I'm gonna shout out you guys as well. It's always fun to come on here and rant about whatever it is we all rant about. I haven't really got much. Thanks for everybody who's kind of checked on me with Howie and that whole deal. Other than that, I hope everybody has a good week this week, and I'll pass it over to Greg. Take it away, Greg.
Take it away, Gragnac.
Disparaging. Fine. Let's shout out to the two of you. Yeah, I appreciate both of you being here, hanging out. Mark, we do hope you feel better.
Indeed.
I joke about you and with you because I love you. Shout out to Mr. Matthew. Special kudos for you for testing our email. On August 16th, I got a message, hello, with the subject of, is this thing on? I pinged back, hello back. The following day, on the 17th, then on the 18th, I saw a response. It works. So that is the extent of that. Yes, the email does work.
Stress the system.
Yeah. In fact, Lewis now, he failed miserably. He said he was going to try to review the game in time for the show. And I said, well, don't stress out over it. I did give him a pathway out, but he had reiterated while we were creators that he was going to attempt to get that review over in time for the show. And my guess is he has been stuck in Speranza playing Arc Raiders, and that has sidetracked him. That's okay. It's okay.
I empathize with Lewis up until I joined the thing and started setting with the cameras. I was on Icarus, crafting Icarus things. So don't worry about it, Lewis. It's supposed to be fun.
All good. Shout out to Troy. Thank you for the code. He may or may not hear this, but definitely shout out to Troy. And not Troy the location, Troy the person. He's actually been a good friend of mine
that up.
since.
I've been really confused.
Hey, there's a lot of confusing things about this show, including our use of language, because I cannot speak right now. Thus, we're going to stop the show. We're going to wrap it up. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. We will talk to you next week. Have a great night.
Have a great night.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Wrong button this time. Wait, I did push the wrong button.
Sunday night, same old madness. OC in the speakers. Let's go. From the US to the UK, yeah, we're keeping it tight. Every Sunday night, yeah, you know where to be. 4 voices, 1 crew, 1 community. Yeah. Greg's in the tank top, running the show. Kim's with the cats, yeah, you already know. Mark might betray you, better watch your back. Chris with the whiskey got the late night chat. Put your controllers down, but we'll be back again. Same every Sundays, it's always the same.